Welcome to the Whole Athlete Podcast, where we focus on discussing topics to help you become a fat burner, optimize health, and improve performance in life and sports. Transform the whole you from the inside out with the holistic method. Let's dive in. Here's your host, Debbie Potts.
Hey, it's Debbie Potts, and I'm your host of the Whole Athlete Podcast. And today I have a guest coming on the show that I found online. He is the founder and the creator of Swannies glasses, and it's a great way to biohack, so to speak, your sleep at night. So before I bring him on, I want to share a new program I'm offering through my website and the podcast, and it is called the Holistic Method 5-Day Detox. It's a jumpstart challenge I call phase 1 of my 30-day total transformation program. And you can be anywhere in the world and do this program with me. It is an hour seminar that we'll do on Zoom. And we are going to go over what it takes to become a fat burner, how to really truly be healthy from the inside out. So as you know, my 8 elements of a holistic method is not only nutrition, but exercise, working on sleep, and managing our stress. And then we've got movement, and we have digestion, which is a really important part, and your gut health and hormones are in there. And then hydration, make sure we're staying hydrated, drinking clean water throughout the day. And then happiness, which is really important as well. And all those elements impact one another. So what I do in the phase 1 program, that's all my book that you can buy on Amazon. It's called the Holistic Method Manual and Workbook. But in person, kind of in person, online, we're going to go through phase 1 together. And that's going to teach you some intermittent fasting and some little bit of a cleanse, a detox, if you say, drinking bone broth and having Dr. Axe, his ancient nutrition keto feast shake 1 per day, and having 1 meal a day. 2 of the 5 days, or you can extend it to 7, we are going to do a fast. So it's going to be a bone broth, and you can do a green vegetable drink, no fruit, and have that in there, as well as the keto shake from Dr. Axe. And it's a lot easier than you think, but it helps to do a group and have accountability with each other. So after that hour seminar that we'll do on the Sunday, the first week of the month, we'll meet at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll do an hour seminar together. I'll go through kind of each of the 8 elements and talk about how we're going to work on those areas and find out what your really area of opportunity is for you to work on. And then we'll work on the nutrition the first week, getting some movement training, some mobility work. But nutrition is just trying to clean house inside and out, working on eliminating those common inflammatory foods and just focusing on eating clean food. And we're going to work on some ketosis, if you say that is good for you. For everyone's individual. So I know some people can tolerate more carbohydrates than the other, but I'm going to teach you how to figure out where your carb tolerance is, eating more healthy fats so you feel fuller, satiated, and you end up eating a lot less. So we end up just having 1 meal a day, which I've been doing this program, the 5-Day Detox, for 2 years. I created it 2+ years ago, and I've been doing the 21-day sugar detox for 8 years. And I didn't really realize it till the other day. Someone told me there's a word for having 1 meal a day, OMAD. And we've been doing this for a while. It just happens to be what I created 2 years ago. And I found that it's, teaching people they don't need to eat. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. Even a lot of these weight loss programs are doing that. If we're burning fat, sitting here, hanging out, if I'm going for a walk, if I'm doing a lower heart rate workout, sleeping at night, eating, resting, we should be burning fat. Instead of eating every couple hours, we're just on this blood sugar roller coaster. So part of my program is to teach you how to balance your blood sugar. What is the ratio of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins that your body needs to balance that blood sugar so you can be burning fat for fuel. Now, if you really deprive your body of carbohydrates, eating vegetables as your carbs, getting rid of all the starchy carbs, grains, all the sugars, processed foods, all those empty calories, we can get into the body fat cells for fuel. And I love how Dr. Jason Fung says in his book on fasting, intermittent fasting with Jimmy Moore, saying that going to the freezer in your garage is a lot further than going into your refrigerator in your house to eat something. So once we empty the fridge out, we have to go to the freezer out in the garage and get some food. It takes a little more work. Well, once you empty that fridge, it's like emptying your liver glycogen stores. If we stop eating so many carbohydrates, we can get our body to find a fuel source and fuel with fat. And when the byproducts of metabolizing fat in your liver are the ketones, beta hydroxybutyrate is the main one you can test or measure through your blood. So if you want to really get biohacking, see what you're working on, I really suggest buying on Amazon or on website. We'll put a link, ketone and blood sugar kit, so you can prick your finger and measure your blood sugar and then measure your ketones. So for sure for 30 days I would do that. I know it costs more money buying those strips because the kit itself is not very expensive, but if we can teach your body and your brain figure out what amount of fats you need to feel full and get those ketones, that will help fuel your brain, help you get those fat cells emptied out so you can use the fat for fuel. And last thing, I find it interesting, in my book, Life is Not a Race, I shared my personal story of my journey from growing up into health and fitness and racing triathlons, how I came to find myself with adrenal exhaustion, which is really called HPA axis dysregulation. I find that confusing for most people to say. So HPA axis dysregulation, but it's adrenal fatigue, adrenal oxygen exhaustion that I had starting in 2013. But as I wrote my story, I kind of went back and I realized, I've always been into nutrition and challenged the thought of, why do I have to eat every few hours? Why do I need to eat before I work out? How am I ever going to use this fat I have in my body for fuel? So if we can teach the body to use fat for fuel, shouldn't we have more energy? If we have 60,000 calories of stored energy in my body, but I only have, say, 2,000 calories of stored fuel in my liver, stored as glycogen, and then my fat. But you have to remember, if you have a lot of protein, that protein can get converted into glucose. So we want to go into more of a higher fat diet, moderate protein, and lower carbohydrates, using vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, low glycemic as your source of carbs. But in my book, Life is Not a Race, I shared kind of my challenging, my way of thinking. It didn't ever make sense as an athlete or someone trying to lose weight and to be healthy. So, there's a lot of extra stress as we talk in Life is Not a Race book about the sources of stress in our lives. Could be eating too much, eating too many carbohydrates, throwing ourselves into that blood sugar roller coaster is another stress. So we've talked on the podcast many times, and I've written on my blog, if you find it on debbiepotts.net, that the PALs are 3 systems we need to work together, 3 organs: your pancreas, the adrenals, and the liver. So those 3 organs get a lot of work together to balance that blood sugar and manage stress. Every stress response is a blood sugar response. So I'm blabbing now, but I love this conversation. I just wanted to share with you, there's so much more to think about. Think outside of the box of what works for you as you're a bio individual. Adrenal stress, stressors, chronic stress, whatever is coming from the outside, working from the inside out, could be stressors in there. But all those will you have to take into account if you're eating low carb, high fat, and trying to be a keto athlete, get to be more of a fat burning athlete, metabolically efficient. There's other things we need to look at that we'll talk about my 5-day, my 30-day program that a lot of people don't look at in their programs. So we're going to look at how's your stress level, how's your sleep, how's your movement, how's your gut health, because all those different areas, especially digestion, if we can't digest our fats, are going to impact our ability to becoming really that whole athlete. And this holistic method, I think, is something we need to really implement into our lives. So after the 30-day program, you continue on. Phase 3 is at 80% of the time. I want you to work like this, live like this, think like this. So I will let us get into our podcast topic today, but let me know. Go to debbiepotts.net or thewholeathletepodcast.com. Click on the link we'll put on there to join my 5-day detox program that's running the first week of each month. And I take just 10 people max, so I can really work with you. So that program will include that 1-hour seminar that we'll do on Zoom, video conference call. And then it's every day after that for the Monday through Friday, the 5 days that I will be working with you as an individual as well as a group, giving daily tips and homework and getting feedback from you and seeing how you're doing, texting as needed to help you get through this jumpstart challenge. It's a little bit of a detox and starting to train your body that you don't need, and your mind that you don't need to eat so much throughout the day. And a lot of times we just have the bone broth and a shake, maybe some collagen in your coffee, you feel more satiated. So thanks for listening to me. I know I talk a lot sometimes, but I get excited. This is what my passion is. And I feel like it's my purpose to help you enjoy living life fully and living it not as a race, but enjoying the journey. So thank you. Let me know if you want to join our next program. We're running it every month, the 5-day Detox Jumpstart Challenge. If you want to become a fat burning machine, optimize your health from the inside out by doing some housekeeping, and improve your performance in your sport of choice or just daily life. We all need this. We get congested and everything needs a little overhaul. We need to push the alternate control reset button, reboot, recalibrate. So join me on my next challenge. I keep doing this during the week myself, so it's kind of an ongoing program for me to optimize my own personal health and enjoy each day to the fullest. So thanks, and we'll talk to you next time. Go to the Facebook page, The Whole Athlete Podcast, to ask any questions. Last thing, if you can go to iTunes and give us a review, as we love to hear your feedback, and a 4 or 5-star review would be great so we can help get more listeners and share these wonderful topics we keep having every Tuesday. So stay in touch. Let me know any questions you have and topics you'd like to hear more of. All right, let's get on with it, and I'll stop talking. Hey everybody, it's Debbie Potts, and I'm doing a new episode of The Whole Athlete with James Swanwick from the new glasses that you can see he's wearing, that Swannies that I've been following. And since sleep is one of our biggest areas that we talk about, the holistic method, how to transform the whole you from inside out to improve performance for athletes, I think sleep is huge. And you seem to be the expert now in coming out with this new product. So talk about who you are and what's your purpose, passion, and impact you're doing.
Yeah, well, my name's James Swanwick, and I'm from Australia, but I live in Los Angeles, and I help people sleep better. I also help social drinkers reduce alcohol or quit alcohol as well. But one of my great loves is just helping myself feel healthier, and in turn creating businesses and products that help other people feel healthier. So I've been living in the US now for about 15 years, and health products and health businesses are really my forte. And I'm wearing a pair of blue light blocking glasses with the orange lens, which blocks the artificial blue light. And if you're watching this video now on a cell phone or on a YouTube video, or you're even listening on your cell phone, chances are you're staring into an artificial blue light. And at nighttime, that's very bad because the blue light messes with our sleep. And so the purpose of these blue light blocking glasses, which are called Swannies, from my company, Swanwick Sleep, is that the orange lens blocks the blue light. You're able to continue using your cell phone, watching TV, brushing your teeth in the bathroom light, you protect your eyes, you're able to create melatonin, you take the glasses off just before bed, and you fall asleep quicker, you sleep deeper, and you wake up feeling refreshed.
Well, I think I have been a personal trainer for 25 years and do nutritional therapy work with clients and coaching, holistic lifestyle coaching. And a biggest area of improving your performance is being able to sleep, because that's when we rest, we repair, we recover, we rebuild, detoxify, have our internal housekeeping. But most people I work with and listeners don't sleep very well. And I wrote a book about life is not a race, pushing our schedules till, sacrificing your sleep to get more done in the day. And I think a lot of areas people can work on is just simple things of biohacking tips that you can do to improve your sleep at night. So one, you're saying the importance of having, if you're going to be on the computer, ideally, get off your cell phones before bed and read a book and relax and unwind. But, wearing glasses, where did you come up with that, the concept and your passion to promote this Kickstarter kind of campaign to get this product out there?
Well, I was in a hotel in Palm Springs with a friend of mine who's a health practitioner, and he was wearing a really ugly pair of UX safety goggles out to dinner. And there was a table of quite attractive at an adjacent table, and I was thinking to myself, Mark, you've got to get those glasses off. You look ridiculous, and you're making me look ridiculous by association. And he said, no, James, I'm trying to block the blue light. And I said, blue light? What are you talking about? And then he went on to explain how there's too much light at night and that the blue light is disrupting our melatonin production. And so I went back to my Hollywood apartment and I put on a pair of ski goggles that had an orange tinge to it. And I was watching a TV show called Mad Men, which is on the channel AMC. And I did this for a couple of weeks. I wear these ski goggles sort of in the last hour before sleep while watching this TV show. And I found that I started to get tireder or sleepier quicker. Then I'd remove the ski goggles, turn off the light, and go to sleep. And when I woke up, I realized that I actually had slept more soundly than when I wasn't wearing the ski goggles. The problem is that I didn't want to wear damn ski goggles around my home. And I certainly didn't want to wear ski goggles going out into Hollywood to have dinner with friends and at restaurants. So that was when the idea hit me. How can I make a fashionable and stylish pair of blue light blocking glasses that I would feel comfortable wearing out in public, where people would not say to me, why are you wearing sunglasses at night? Or why are you dressed like a clown? And this is how I came up with these Swannies blue light blocking glasses. Half the battle for people is getting into a habit or a routine of protecting your eyes. So if you can make the glass, well, my idea was if I can make the glasses stylish and fun and cool, then people would want to wear them on a nightly basis and therefore protect their eyes and therefore sleep better.
So if you guys are looking at the Whole Athlete YouTube channel, we have sharing a screen here of your IndieGoGo. It's kind of a Kickstarter type of campaign to raise money to start this program or the funding your product. So the Swannies Model X is, what is this? How's this different than the other ones out there? Just because they... Yeah,
so I just swapped over and put the Swannies Model X on. Actually, we've had this classic frame, the black frame, now for 2.5 years, and almost 50,000 people have slept better as a result of wearing these glasses. And so we polled our customers and asked them, hey, what design do you want us to make next? And they overwhelmingly suggested we do these transparent frames, these clear frames. So it's the same technology in the lens, but a different stylish frame different stylish frame. So we decided to launch it on IndieGoGo, which is a crowdfunding campaign. And at least as we're recording this, it's raised almost $25,000, and we've had more than 300 people who have ordered the glasses. And we're seeing this as a way to bring out new fashionable models over time. And then we're just about to come out with some daytime glasses as well, which are a little bit different to the nighttime glasses. But in any case, if you're listening or watching, if you stare into your phone at nighttime in bed, or if you watch TV at nighttime, or if you're scrolling through your phone, I would suggest protecting your eyes from that blue light, because it really is causing eye strain, headaches, poor sleep, which can, as you would know, Debbie, being in the fitness industry, can have a whole host of health problems if we don't sleep well.
Definitely. And I had adrenal exhaustion is my story 5 years ago. And I see Ben Greenfield's on your page, did his Superhuman Coach program in 2011 and was reading and studying all this stuff going, wait a minute, I have all these problems that they're talking about. And as a competitive endurance athlete, triathlete, doing Ironmans and marathons, that, you know, sleep is really important. And when your adrenals get all out of whack, your cortisol, melatonin rhythms all screwy. And I find as a nutritional therapy practitioner now, majority of people I work with or talk to or see have sleep issues. So I think this you're saying, you know, helps increase that melatonin, probably helps get that cortisol down at night when we're supposed to be getting sleepy. Instead, people are multitasking on their computers and their iPhones and their iPads and watching TV probably at the same time. That something like this is a kind of what we say a biohack to improve your sleep. But you also mentioned wearing it out to dinner at night. Is there something going on at nighttime if you're going out to dinner that it just maybe looks cool in LA, or other benefits there?
Well, the benefit of making the glasses stylish is that it makes you want to wear them. And when you wear them, you protect yourself from the blue light. The problem is that if you're wearing a non-stylish pair of glasses, like a pair of safety goggles or ski goggles or ugly safety goggles that you might wear if you happen to be someone who went to a gun range, for example, or you were trying to protect your eyes from shrapnel if you were mowing a lawn, is that you're not really inspired to want to wear the damn glasses, right? Like you might put them on once or twice, but then after a while you're like, ugh, I'm not putting these stupid things on, even if you know that they provide the health benefit that you get from them. So I make them stylish, I make them fun, so people want to get into the nightly and daily habit of wearing these glasses. A lot of people always ask me, can you wear these glasses during the daytime too? Yes, you can. I'm wearing them right now. I'm staring into a screen as we're doing this interview, and I'm protecting my eyes from the blue light that is being emitted from my MacBook Pro that I'm on at the moment. And a lot of our customers wear them as sunglasses too, and people always compliment them because they kind of look cool and funky. So I have a little tagline that I've been using, which is the glasses is where health meets style. I quite like it.
Yeah, I like that. So in the daytime, you find it is like a part of adrenal issues are your eyes are more sensitive to light because we're not able to respond to that change. And so I think a lot of people, one of the questions we ask as nutritional therapists, do you need sunglasses when it's foggy outside? So I think a big sign, if you feel better wearing these in the day, you probably have some areas of opportunity in your stress management lifestyle habits to improve your adrenal health, because that's a big sign of, you know, my eyes hurt if it's cloudy outside, but it's still bright. So I think that would be beneficial, because if, you know, looking at the blue light definition of blue light and going into the nervous system, the parasympathetic versus sympathetic, this would, I'm sure, would connect with, we're so sympathetic dominant. And the fact that everyone's on blue light, including children, on all day long, it must accumulate through the day even.
Yeah, well, kids are actually most susceptible to blue light, because as we age, as we get older into adolescence and then adulthood, our eyes actually have a more of a blue light filter to them. So we're able to block more of that blue light naturally over time. But kids, think about your kids. Are they using an iPad? Are they watching a TV screen? Are they using a phone? They're staring into a mini sun. Yeah. And because they don't have that natural protection, because their eyes have not developed properly yet, that is potentially causing long-term damage, which can lead to macular degeneration, which can lead to having to get prescription glasses or readers later on, like, you know, decades before maybe they ordinarily might need them. There's a lot of studies in science coming out now just how dangerous this blue light exposure is. Now, to be clear, blue light during the daytime is actually okay. Do you know what the largest emitter of blue light is, Debbie?
No.
The sun.
I was going to say the sun.
Yeah, the sun. We want the sun. We like the sun. It's great for us. But if we stare into it during the daytime on our electronics too much, what happens? We get headaches, we get migraines. And if we expose ourselves to blue light when the sun has gone down, then we're tricking our body and brain into thinking that it's daytime when it's nighttime. And so that completely changes our whole bodily function. All of a sudden, our circadian rhythm, which is our internal body clock, still thinks it's daytime, even though it's 8:30, 9:30 at night, which means we don't produce melatonin, which means we don't prepare for sleep properly, which means we have trouble falling asleep, we toss and turn in the night, or we wake up feeling tired, even if we've had 7 or 8 hours sleep. So too much light at night is destroying us, and too much light by staring into our electronics, especially too much light for kids, is really causing long-term damage.
Yes, it'd be interesting 10 years from now to see what happens with kids now that are just on electronic devices. I was just at a fitness convention all weekend for the last 4 days, and just a lot of it's coming out on, the stress and of being on computer devices and the EMF and all that. There's more and more coming out, but it's starting at, kids age 2 or 3 years old, and what's going to happen when they're teenagers to when they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s. It'll be interesting. So if you can do any type of biohacks for your own children, would you put them, get them off electronic devices, ideally at nighttime, but would you have them wear glasses for kids too?
Yeah, if you go to swanwicksleep.com, I can see you sharing your screen there, and you can actually pull up the kids' range. We have neon glasses, fun glasses like blue, pink for girls, there's some red and things like that. And it's very hard to get kids not to use it's very difficult to get kids electronics, right? Especially if they're being disruptive and they're nagging. It's like the easiest thing to do is hand them an iPad and say, go and watch cartoons or whatever. So wearing the kids' blue light blocking glasses is a way of them still being able to use their iPad, watch cartoons, watch TV, scroll on their phone, but protect their eyes at the same time. So important. I mean, you wouldn't go outside in the middle of the day at noon and just literally stare into the sun, would you? But we're doing that with these damn devices. I mean, as you're listening to me, you're on a device right now. Yeah. I'm on a device as we're doing this interview. I'm staring into a mini sun. You're staring into a mini sun. Our listener or viewer is staring into a mini sun right now. If you're listening on the podcast, maybe you got your cell phone, maybe you're looking at the screen. It's a mini sun, especially if you're listening to this at nighttime. You're staring into a mini sun. So protecting your child's eyes, protecting your eyes, protecting your eyes from these mini suns is really going to have long-term health benefits. And not protecting your eyes, all the studies are showing headaches, migraines, macular degeneration, and a lot of long-term eye problems.
Well, that's what you say on the screen. I'm just looking at the website, and you're saying health risk of excessive blue light exposure at night include metabolic disease, diabetes, weight gain, obesity, stress, anxiety, and other mental disorders, as well as certain cancers. And we did a podcast a few months ago with Radiation Nation about the radiation from phones, but it just also, you're not going to get people off of their devices, you're saying, but at least get glasses and get, some of the covers for the phones and the lap pads that they have. I think, if you're going to be on it, you got to pay attention to what's going on with what's emitting the screen colors, you're saying, and as well as radiation outside coming out of the electric.
Listen, electronics and modern technology are wonderful, but they're also damaging our health. And we don't have all of the science or all of the results back from studies, but the signs and the indicators are that all of this electronic use and staring into blue light is causing ourselves health issues. What is true and what has been proven is that if you don't sleep well, then that has been linked to diabetes, weight gain, obesity, stress, anxiety, and mental orders and cancers. So your likelihood of cancer increases exponentially if you don't sleep well. If you don't sleep well, your body goes into shock almost, right? The hormones are not working properly. Your metabolism's not working quickly. If you're tired, you're more likely to want to have a sugary food to give yourself an energy boost. You eat, crap sugary foods. You put on weight because you put on weight. You feel you have lower self-esteem. Because you have lower self-esteem, you find refuge in food or alcohol. Because you have crappy food or alcohol, you put on weight, then you have lower self-esteem. It's just a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Well, definitely I'm writing a blog about sleep and performance this week is on my list to write. So I'll put this in the blog so people can find more information, thewholeathletepodcast.com and my website, debbiepotts.net. But I think it is, we got to keep teaching people and educating them of, you're going to be on these devices. If you're not going to change your habits, at least take care of the whole you from the inside out by wearing glasses. And, we were talking about essential oils to help parasympathetic nervous state as well. So there's all sorts of different hacks you can do, and eating dinner earlier and doing the lower carb, higher fat. So there's so much to it that, I think this is a good essential part. You can just, simple thing. It doesn't take effort. It does take effort to make good food choices, but to put on a pair of glasses is pain-free. It shouldn't be a struggle.
Yeah.
Easy. So people can find this page. What's the best way to send people to this web page we're looking at with the glasses you've got? I ordered 2 pairs myself. I might have to order more, give them as gifts out because they're amazing pricing.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. You broke up.
So people, what's the website you send them to come on to order these?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that.
Oh, so logging out. So if people want to order a pair of the Swannies,
Yes.
what is the best way to find this page?
Yeah. If you go to swanwicksleep.com, my last name is pronounced Swanwick. It's spelled Swanwick, SWANWICK. So if you go to swanwicksleep.com, you can see the full range there of classics and kids' glasses. If you wear prescription glasses, we either have fit overs, which go over the top of your prescription glasses, or you can actually put your script in and we can actually make a pair of prescription glasses for you. And then the Swannies Model X, which is our new style, if you go to swanwicksleep.com/Model X, you'll be able to see that new style on our crowdfunding page as well.
Love it. Yes, I'm looking forward to them because my eyes do hurt when I'm reading. I try not to use my iPad in bed, but I have books on there I've been trying to read too. So if you're reading on there, I need the reader glasses and the Swannies into one.
Yeah, we've got readers as well. We have readers glasses also, yeah.
I'm finding as I'm 47 in November, so I'm finding I'm having to use those readers, borrow them from my husband, so I'm next. So a good combination, so you have to wear 3 different glasses. Be great. So thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your information of your passion, purpose, and your why, and how you're creating impact across the world with this Swannies glasses.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Debbie. I appreciate it. And thank you for your contribution to health and helping people feel healthier in their life.
Yep. I just want to spread the word. I don't get money from this at all, everyone. So I'm not promoting anything to get money from them. It's just, I think it's a great story to share and a great product out there, and just take advantage of this crowdfunding page you can find and get some pairs yourself. So thank you so much. And I will see how I like the pair, and we'll do a little blog on how it affects my sleep.
Yeah, wonderful. We'll get you sleeping better, Debbie.
Yeah, always need more sleep.
Thanks for listening to the Whole Athlete Podcast. If you have any questions, feedback, or topic suggestions, let us know on Facebook or at wholeathletepodcast.com. You can help us continue and grow by leaving a review on iTunes. Thanks again, and see you next time.